Beneath the burning sun of Mesopotamia, the earth itself shimmered like molten gold. The desert waited silent, vast and patient. From the west came Rome, 40,000 men of steel and discipline. Shields gleamed, sandals burned, yet their pride burned hotter still. They believed no desert could break them, no enemy could stand before their iron walls. But beyond the haze, unseen eyes were watching, swift riders, ghosts of the sand, waiting for Rome to step too far. They were not an army of men in lines, but a storm of hooves and arrows, a whisper that kills. And here, in the heart of the desert, Rome's glory would vanish beneath the dust of Parthia. The path to glory began on a map, a straight red line drawn into the unknown. But in deserts, maps lie, and pride blinds. Marcus Licinius Crassus, richest man in Rome, sought immortality in conquest. He saw Persia not as an empire, but as treasure waiting to be taken. But in the east, a different kind of general prepared. Surena, the Parthian master of deception, did not plan to fight Rome head-on. He planned to erase it. Each step sank deeper into dust and exhaustion. The heat stole breath, the mirage stole reason, and beyond the dunes, Parthia waited unseen, unshaken. At dawn, the desert held its breath. Rome formed its lines, waiting for an enemy they could not see. The horizon shimmered not with life, but with dust. The silence stretched thin, ready to break. Then it came, a low rumble at first, like distant thunder rolling through sand. Hooves, thousands of them. The sound grew heavier, faster, until it felt like the earth itself was galloping. Through the haze, shadows took form, riders cloaked in light and dust, their bows already drawn. The first volley cut the air, a scream of arrows tearing through the wind before Rome even raised its shields. Iron met air arrows slammed into shields. Sand exploded underfoot. Men staggered under the sudden storm. The legion held firm, blind behind its walls of metal, as the storm of riders circled unseen. Above the din, Crassus shouted for order, but the desert drowned his voice beneath the rain of death. When the dust settled, they saw nothing ahead, only the fading echo of hooves, retreating into the horizon. The legions advanced, shields locked, expecting steel and honor, but the Parthians vanished before their blades could bite. Then, like ghosts reversing time, the riders turned their horses mid-gallop and fired backward. Arrows curved through the air like falling stars, each one finding its mark before the Romans could even blink. The famed Parthian shot, an art of motion and precision, broke every law of the Roman battlefield. Crassus roared for his men to close ranks, but the desert had already swallowed the enemy whole. The horsemen never stopped. They circled endlessly, loosing arrows in rhythm with their own heartbeat. Every turn of the wheel, every flash of bowstring, bled another heartbeat from the Roman line. Shields splintered, formations faltered, each soldier trapped inside a cage of his own discipline. The more the legions tried to advance, the faster the riders slipped away, mocking pursuit with deadly grace. And as the sun climbed higher, Rome realized the truth. They were not fighting men, but the wind itself. Behind the circling storm, long lines of camels carried crates of arrows, an unseen lifeline stretching across the dunes. As one wave of archers tired, another replaced them. Discipline turned to rhythm, rhythm into slaughter. Under the blazing sun, Roman shields grew heavier, their breaths ragged, their water gone. Each volley drained their courage, every arrow a whisper reminding them they were dying by degrees. Around them, the riders moved in perfect harmony, an endless circle of motion and death that never broke, never stopped. Then the horizon darkened, not with dust this time, but with steel. The sound of hooves became thunder once more. Rank upon rank of cataphracts formed a wall of iron and flesh, shimmering like a moving fortress under the sun. They charged as one, lowering their lances, the desert trembling beneath their fury. The impact was cataclysmic, shields shattered, men thrown aside, dust and screams blending into a single roar. And as the wave of metal rolled through Rome's proud formation, discipline gave way to chaos, courage to silence. Surrounded and desperate, Crassus's son Publius led a final charge into the dust his banner swallowed before it reached the sun. Arrows found him before his blade could, his horse collapsing beneath him, his men erased in a storm of sand and screams. From afar, Crassus saw the banners vanish. The desert gave no echo, only silence, and he knew his legacy had died with his son. The sky turned copper, the air thick with death. The Parthians did not chase. They circled, calm as vultures above a dying beast. Roman formations broke apart, discipline shattered. Shields dropped, the proud machine of war rusting in real time. By dusk, the legions no longer fought. They endured each heartbeat, a drum counting down to extinction. When dawn came, the desert was quiet again. Thousands lay motionless beneath the same sun that had burned their march to glory. Among the dunes, a lone Parthian rider lowered his bow, a gesture not of triumph, but of respect for those who had fallen. Rome had lost 20,000 men. 10,000 more were taken east, their fate fading into legend. The desert had claimed them all. Carrhae was more than defeat. It was a warning carved into the sands of time. Pride is the heaviest armor, and the first to crack. Subscribe and march with us through history's greatest battles, from Thermopylae's narrow pass to the burning skies of Stalingrad.